These are my 3 sushi and sashimi knives for illustration. The top is a sushi kiri, Japanese made. I imported it myself from Japan. Sushi kiri means sushi slicer, comes from the Osaka area, typically used with big rolls and pressed sushi of various types. You use a rolling cut with this knife, which takes a bit of getting used to, frankly, to cut through. The second is a fairly new Yanagiba that I've just purchased. It has an 11.5-inch blade. It's quite heavy, so with the length of the blade, it's also very sharp. Makes cutting sushi and sashimi, where you've got a longer cut because we don't want to saw, it works very well. But this is the subject of today's review. Now, the Yanagiba 9.5-inch blade, Lucky Cook brand, available on Amazon. I've had this knife for 2 years, so let's take a closer look at it. The first thing to point out is that, like the other 2 knives, this is a single beveled knife. It only has, risk of being silly, 1 sharp edge on the right side. This helps it cut cleanly through things without pushing the food one way, although of course it does because it has a bevel. If you're left-handed, you'll probably struggle with a right beveled, single beveled knife. Now, how did I end up with this? They're not expensive, $35 más o menos on Amazon. I think I paid about $30 for mine. I remembered watching somebody on Amazon. I wish I could remember who it was, but I don't. It's one of the more celebrity chefs and cooks. And they said, you know, sharpening a single edge knife is a pain in the you-know-where. And you know what? It is. Although I haven't had to sharpen this one yet. I do have a whetstone and I'm ready to do it when I have to. And they said the best thing you could do was just buy a cheap one, use it, and then when it got blunt, as long as you don't abuse it, just throw it away. So I did, and I've used this knife for 2 years. And as you'll see in a couple of following videos, it still works really well. Never goes into the dishwasher, never gets used on a hard cutting surface. I don't hack through bones with it. It's only ever used for sushi and sashimi work. It shows no sign of going dull on me. And as I say, you haven't seen any of my videos on sushi or sashimi, but you will eventually, because I actually make a lot of it and I love it. I think this has got another good 2 years in it, quite frankly, before I even have to think about sharpening it. Now, that I may be wrong, but for what they cost, these Lucky Cook knives are a really good buy, in my opinion. As long as you look after them, then you should look after all your kitchen equipment. You know, everybody has a different budget, and if you're on a fairly tight budget, this is probably as good a way to start if you want to make your own sushi and sashimi at home and save a lot of money in the process, by the way. Or if your budget's a little less constricted, you know, consider the advice that I heard when I bought it in the first place, and that is buy it, use it, and when it's used up, pitch it. I probably won't, because I will be sure to try and sharpen it. But there you go. Anyway, we've got a few more things to talk about in this review. You'll see me using this knife, so I hope you find this a helpful review if you're looking for an inexpensive sushi and sashimi knife. Particularly, this would be a good place to go if you're looking to start out making your own sushi and sashimi at home. With that, thanks for watching. If you do enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. To my mind, probably one of the best challenges for a sushi and sashimi knife is, will it do a wave cut an octopus or taco for nigiri. I've cut one slice. This is our Lucky Chef knife. Let's see. Now, all the wave cut, all you do is back and forward and just keep altering the angle of the blade. A little on the thin side, but the wave part is fine. Let's just trim that. Chef's treat for later. Lovely bit of wave cut sushi. This really is pretty effortless cutting with this knife, despite it being a fairly budget knife. Here's a good close-up shot of some of our wave cut taco. You can see the ridges there that will help it hold a little bit of sauce that we're going to paint onto the top of our nigiri. So will it cut through a sushi roll? Seems to, fairly well. This was a pretty tough one to cut too because of the shiso threads in it. Just to close out our video, these are the 5 taco nigiri that I did make. These are brushed with my own homemade nikiri, which is a sweeter soy sauce. I make mine with 1 part shoyu, Japanese soy sauce, half a part sake, half a part mirin, half a part dashi, and I just brush it on the top. These are sprinkled with black sesame seeds. That means you can just pick it up and eat it. There's none of the dipping it in soy sauce or anything else that you have to do. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.